Hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's virtual hangout. I'm so excited to have everyone here. Okay, we have all our guests here. We have some beautiful people. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so let me still give room for people to join. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Aefunai virtual hangout. My name is Uzoma Oranebo, and I'm going to be your host today. And I hope you enjoy the journey. I'm so happy to see all of you here. Please, if you're here, just drop the fire emoji. Just let me know that you are here. Just drop the fire emoji in the comment section. Thank you so much, everyone. Please remind everyone that we are here already. Today is going to be atomic. Today is going to be awesome. Today is going to be wild, mind blowing. And I'm not going to be here alone. I am here with my beautiful host here, Ebubechi and Iwuh. So welcome, Ebube. Welcome to the podium. And my guest is already here. Our guest is already here, and we are ready to just take it down. We're ready to like take you on this journey. But before then, I would just like to do a little bit of introduction so that we can just set the ball rolling. I want to welcome everyone once again to this live session. And this live session it's a virtual summit. And the reason for this virtual summit is, a lot of us are not opportune to join. A lot of us are not opportune to actually join the physical hangouts. So we always have a virtual summit so that we can accommodate everyone regardless of where you are. So welcome everyone. This is sponsored by the Aefunai Alumni Lagos chapter, hardworking people. So welcome once again. And it all started in 2021. You can see how we all started. We started in a very, very remarkable way. Please, if you can see my screen, just type in the comment section, just type I can see your screen. I want to be sure that I am not just talking to myself. So if you can see my screen, please just let me know that you can see my screen. So if you can see what's on the screen, just let me know so that I'll be sure. I don't want to be talking to myself. So I can see some awesome people already here. I can see my boss. I can see Idam. I can see our chief Oga. Okay, beautiful. I can see Mr. Anthony. Okay, well done, everyone. So I'm just telling you how we started. And this was our last hangout. This was how beautiful everything was, the setting. And a lot of us cannot really join the physical hangout because of location, and that is why we are bringing everybody here on this virtual summit. And we are not just bringing you here just like that. We want to impact ourselves. So with that being said, this is also the last hangout, and you can see how beautiful it is. Awesome. So before we start before I hand over the podium to our moderator, I'll just like us to, watch a very, very short video. Hope that is fine. Is that fine? If that is fine, just type in the comment section, that is fine. Just type in the comment section, that is fine. So, all right. So just type in the comment section, that is fine. Oh, beautiful. So let's just watch a very, very short video. I'm going to be sharing my screen and so that we can, watch that video. It's just okay. I think Ezra is going to teach us how to use tech today. All right. So okay, let me go let me show you the video. Just Big man, good girl. Jesse J, come on. Yeah, Papa. Respect. Hello, everyone.
Say hi to the camera.
Oh, I just noticed that the screen is black. I just noticed that we can't actually even watch what is on the video. I just noticed we can't watch what is on the screen. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. Um, all right. Anyway, I just wanted to give a documentary of how the last virtual summit is. Unfortunately, the visuals was not available, but maybe that is going to come later. With that being said, I don't want to take much of your time. I just want us to get straight into the juice of the day. So I'm going to be introducing our host for today, Ebube, are you available? Okay, yes. Hi, good evening, Ebube. Okay, this is West African.
Hi,
How is your area?
I'm very well, thank you. Good evening, Uzoma. Right?
Thank you
Can
so
you hear
much.
me? Please kindly confirm
Yeah,
that
we
you
can
can
hear
hear
you
me.
loud and clear. It's so clear. Yeah, thank you so much. So this is your floor.
Okay.
You have the floor. Thank you so much. So you're going to introduce. So you just take it from here. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. I'm greeting good afternoon. That's because it's actually afternoon over here, but I'm gonna go on with the larger population of audience that we have. So I'm going to be saying a very big good evening to each and every one of you. Good evening to our esteemed alumni members. Good evening to all audience from all over the world, across the globe, wherever you're listening to me from Nigeria, from US, UK, and wherever it is you are. And then, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome in. I am super delighted to be on today's show, and I just want to say a very big thank you to the Lagos chapter of the Aefunai Alumni Association. Alumni are indeed like the pride of every institution, and but one thing I would say has stood out for the Lagos alumni chapter is how they have built a sense of community, a sense of support, and a sense of team spirit among themselves. And I think this is very, very impressive over the years from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and right now 2025. There have been series of hangouts, physical hangout that not just only creates or fosters a sense of belonging. There's also been virtual hangouts where we come together, interact, share ideas on trending news, insights, and information. And so far, I think it has been very, very helpful. So I want to, in a very special way, commend the brains, the committee, and every working person who has been behind the idea of the virtual hangout and physical hangout over the years. We appreciate the good work that you do and would celebrate you. And of course, to our esteemed alumni and the members of the Lagos State chapter, Ifunai Alumni Association, thank you for your support so far. Thank you for always showing in. Okay, without wasting much time, I would be getting on to the reason why we are here today. We are here for the virtual hangouts of the Lagos chapter AE49 Alumni Association. Remember, this hangout is supposed to be a 2 days event. So this is the beginning of this event. This is the first part of the event. And the physical hangout itself will be taking place tomorrow, Lagos, Nigeria, at the Lekki Conservative Center. And I hope that each and every one of you who are listening to me will be there. Okay, before I get started again fully, I want to say a very big thank you to Uzoma Oranebo, aka Bossuhzi. Thank you for all the good work that you do, and um, for everything that you continue to do behind the stage. And thank you for also being my co-host today. Okay, I really don't know if I can see the chart. Oh yeah, okay, I can see the chart. Okay. All right. So right about now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be getting into today's agenda by introducing our guest. By the way, my name is Ibubechi Ibu. For many of you who might not know me or who might be meeting me for the very first time, my name is Ibubechi Ibu, and indeed, I am a proud alumnus of Alex Ekweme Federal University, Ndufo Alike Ikwo. I studied English and Literary Studies education, and I am currently pursuing a master's degree in English and Applied Linguistics at the University of Arizona, Tucson. Okay. So yes, I'm excited because today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic. We'll be talking about a topic that, many people have sometimes, would I say, shared misconception about. They would often say, no, tech is reserved for some certain kind of person, or if you are not knowledgeable in the aspect of tech, I can't do anything, or I am a teacher, or I sell bottled water, or I am this, I am that, and how do I even bring tech into my business, into my career, into my education, and into everything that I do? Some people just feel, oh, because they did not maybe study computer science, or they have no basic knowledge about tech skills, they did not learn programming. It just simply means tech is not for them. And that is why I'm super excited, because the world today is changing. The world today is changing. There are lots of digital changes which began, first of all, with the impact of the COVID-19. And as we see it this time around, the world keeps changing. AI, lots of trends, and if you are not positioning yourself in line with all of these changes, in line with all of these trends, you'll be missing out. And that is why I'm excited today, because we'll be delving into how tech is vastly connected to nearly all sectors, all sections, and all disciplines. And you know what? There is nobody who's going to be doing, there is no one who would do a perfect job than our own alumni, than our own alumnus. I beg your pardon, our own alumnus. I've been hearing before, when I was in school, I've always been hearing about, Genesis, and never for once did it occur to me that Genesis Hub was actually run by an alumnus. I came across his profile for the very first time, and I'm like, wow, he's actually an alumnus of Aefunai, and I was deeply impressed. So my guest is already right here in the studio, so I'm just going to be bringing him up. But before I bring him up, I'm just going to quickly read out his a brief profile about him, so you understand the caliber of person we are expecting on board today, who is going to be talking to us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker for today's show. His name is Eliezer Ezra Ajah, and he's a proud computer science alumnus of Aefunai, and he is currently the managing director of Genesys Foundation, where he leads national programs that have trained thousands of young Africans and attracted significant investments into the continent tech ecosystem. And notably, I would also like to mention that he also curates flagship tech events such as Tech Genesis Ignite, African Technology Expo, African Startup Festival, and any good tech festival. Man, this is massive. This profile is massive. It goes to tell you that this young man I am welcoming on stage is a professional, he's an expert in his field, and he is deep into what he does. So, if we are ready, ladies and gentlemen, to hear from the horse's mouth today, I would just want you to just drop an emoji on the chat as we make welcome Mr. Ezra Ajah. Good evening. How are you today?
Good evening. Hi, how are you? Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you so much. So,
You're welcome.
I see somebody's already calling me Sanwo-Olu of Enugu. Please, I beg you in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm having a bad hair day, so that's why I'm doing the Sanwo-Olu thing. But yes, I've never been Sanwo-Olu, and I'll never be Sanwo-Olu in Jesus'
Actually,
name.
you would not blame them because you're actually dressed like him.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so
Uh-huh.
much. Thank you so much. And it's so great to be here. So I can just get started, or what's the flow?
Yes,
Okay.
please go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Hi everyone.
Uh-huh.
Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good good day to everyone here. First of all, I want to thank. This is a great honor to be here to talk with my peers, to talk to people that experience Funai with me. I've still not been able to call it a Funai for some reason, but yes, people that experience Funai when we are staying on the hostels and had actual timeouts where people could leave. So it's amazing seeing everybody here. And before I start, I just want to say that Bossuhzi has been doing a very great job, and I've seen pictures of the previous hangouts, and I just wanted to complain or to report. The last time I was in Lagos and we did our own mini hangout with Abacha and Mono and the rest of them, he took me to one beer parlor in Surulere and gave me fish and beer and gave me so much beer. And I've seen that we are going to parks and chilling and everything. And do I look like a beer drinker that they will only carry me to where they are drinking beer? That's just what I wanted to just report. And it's Abacha, Mono, the rest of them are carried me there. But yes, very, very excited to be here. I'm very, very excited to share some insights with us. So, but yes, this is going to be, I don't want to go too deep into it. I want us to just understand this from our perspective. Also, this is a hangout. So I have my glass of wine here, not beer, unlike Abacha them that carried me and gave me plenty beer. But yes, I have my glass of wine here. This is supposed to be a very chill hangout. So if there's anything that you have to make this flow better, please have it, pull it by your side, and then we'll get started. So yes, we're here to talk about certain misconceptions that we have about tech, about how, inadvertently we start to limit ourselves because we feel that tech is not for everyone, all right? And I'm here to break that myth. I'm here to talk about why this is a myth and why tech is for everyone. And then not just to leave it at that point, but to actually even come for a perspective so that there are actual next steps for us. So what do we do now that we've seen that tech is for everyone? How do we now get into this tech that is for everyone? And what resources do we have available for this? So yes, I welcome everybody here and let's get into it. So first things first, certain misconceptions. When the host was talking, when Ibubechi was talking, there's something she said. Some people say, oh, I didn't study computer science in the university. Surely I'm not able to do tech, right? That's the first misconception I want us to bust. We schooled at Aefunai. I think Idam is on the call. We're in computer science together. Bossuhzi was in math. I think we're in the same department. And we studied the computer science, right? In this school, in schools that we did. And at the end of the day, after studying the computer science and everything, we came out and we saw that we couldn't do anything. We couldn't write code. We couldn't design. We couldn't do anything, basically, even though we studied computer science. So what that meant, or what that means, is that you can study computer science, and at the end of the day, it still does not mean anything for you in tech. The first thing that we also want us to understand is that at the end of the day, computer science is not tech. Computer science is even more of an appreciation of tech than tech itself. The second misconception is, I'm too old to join tech. I'm too old to start tech. No. I've been doing this one for the past 20 years. And now to come and pivot and start doing tech is going to take so much time. And it's interesting because what I've always said and what I've always thought about is that the time that you have to spend is still going to pass. So if you have 5 days, if you have 5 years, if you have 10 years, 20 years without doing tech, that time is still going to pass at the end of the day. I think the final misconception that I'm sure this is something that we think privately is that I'm not too smart to do tech. And for me, that's even the worst misconception of them all, that you need to be a certain level of smart before you can get into tech. It's a lie. Like, it's a lie. I've seen a couple of people in tech, and with all due respect, there's been a lot that these people don't know, and they're able to do this tech thing, and they're able to excel. So 3 things. You don't have to study computer science to get into tech. We study computer science, and we didn't really do tech. Number 2, you're never too old or it's never too late for you to switch careers and get into tech. And number 3, there's no required amount of intelligence for you to do tech. And I think for us to understand this, let's even understand what tech is. What is tech? Tech is solving problems. It's that simple. You can say it this way, you can say it that way, but the key definition here, right, is that tech is about solving problem. So what problem are you solving? Are you solving any problem at all? And are you solving this in an innovative manner? That is tech. The first time somebody wanted to throw a stone from here to there, and they threw the stone, and it went, okay, not so far, not so much energy. And they got the catapult, and they used the catapult to shoot, and it went farther, and it had more energy expended on it. What had happened at that point? Technology had happened. innovation had happened. So at that point, somebody was able to get a problem and solve that problem, and that's what tech is. So at every point in time, if there's a problem that you have and you're solving that problem, that is it. You've used tech. Now, the other thing I want us to understand is that there is a very large, there's a very large use case for tech. Tech is very, very large. Tech needs creatives, okay? You're a creative person. You can design stuff, you can draw, you can bring ideas into life. There's a place for you in tech. Tech needs thinkers, people that just say, okay, this is the problem we're trying to solve. Let me give you the solution, how I'm thinking about it. But they're not going to build it, or they're just going to tell you, this is how you're going to solve this. Thinkers. Tech also needs community people that are going to go around communities to razzle them, to bring them up, to build communities so that they can learn, they can grow, and they can understand things. Tech needs communicators. A lot of tech people, English is not our best friend. A lot of these tech people that are writing code, introverts, they want to be on their laptops all the time. Nobody's talking. Hence, there is a major communication lag. So if there's somebody that's able to make this communication happen properly, make people understand things that are happening, it's an important part in tech. Tech needs analysts, tech needs policymakers, tech needs every single one of us to play a major role in tech. So think of tech like a very, very big city, like Lagos, like New York, like a very, very big city where obviously there are techies, there are coders, there are people that are writing code like Idam, like Edu. These people are the coders. But then there are also people that, their job is to attract tourists, you understand? Their job is to attract people that are interested in it. Their job is to teach. Their job is to do different things. At the end of the day, whatever you do, there is a space for you in tech. I'll use myself as an example. Currently, people say, oh, Ezra, tech bro, all of that stuff, yeah? But when I was in uni, when we were in Aefunai together, right, I did not know how to write a single line of code. I did not know how to do anything code related. In fact, I was frustrated by code, right? I see them writing code and I'm like, I don't want to do this, right? And then I got an internship to do my internship at Genesys during our 2017 sideways year. And then it started making sense a little bit. I came back to school, did my projects, almost failed, but eventually passed, and then graduated, right? And then I started working. But my first job in tech was digital marketing. If you go to my LinkedIn, you see that the first role I had was as a social media marketer. I literally was on Genesys social media, posting about events that we're doing, talking about stuff. Like I was literally a social media marketer. That was my first career in tech. I started in social media. And at that time, I didn't even have Twitter. I just told myself, okay, the same way it works, the same way I'm going to tweet, like it's Ezra tweeting, that's how I'm going to tweet for Genesys. And then people started liking it, people started following, and I started doing that. I did that for a bit, for like a year or two, and then moved from that into brand and communication, where I now started sending emails, writing plans, etc., etc. That was the second part. This was still in my second, third year in tech. After that, I moved into training, where I started teaching. I went to universities. In fact, I even went back to Funai to teach. And glory to God, all my lecturers that were frustrating me back in the day when we were in school, that made me go to church. There was one lecturer in our 300 level, I know for the computer science guys, that made us go to his church just because we're afraid of what they're going to give us in our exam. And the man later gave me a D in a 4-credit load course. He was in my class when I came back to school to teach, and I failed all of them, not because they deserve to fail, but because they didn't pass it, right? I didn't make anybody come to my church. They all failed, and that was like, it made me feel very, very good. So that's when I knew, okay, this was a good place to switch into. So I did training for a bit, taught people stuff. After training, I moved into learning and development. After that, I moved into startup advisory before I now started what I'm currently doing as the MD of tech. So I've done a full gamut. And in all these things I've said, you've not heard programming. No, all these things I've said, you've not heard UI UX design. But was I doing tech? Yes, I was doing tech. Tech is very, very broad. And this is proof. And I am living and breathing proof that it works. That at the end of the day, you can study English in university and become a programmer. You can even study computer science and become a UX writer. Tech does not erase your background, it amplifies it. So I want us to always think about tech like this. What do I know personally? What do I know personally? And how can I do this and do it better? Because at the end of the day, tech is not erasing your background. Tech is what? It's amplifying your background. So whatever it is that you do, the key thing I want to ask is that in whatever way you do this, however you do this, ensure that you maintain whatever makes you who you are and that you do this and you do that very well. When I was writing code back in the day, everybody was writing their code. I would just put little bit of interesting things inside. Okay, maybe I put maybe I'm supposed to have something that says that just does like that shows something. For instance, instead of me just showing it normally, I'll maybe name that variable on my don't tire. Just put a little bit of just put a little bit of fun into it so that at the end of the day, it's not just the way it is, because tech is not replacing your background. Tech is what? Amplifying your background. So I've said a lot of things, right? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. How do you get started in tech? Let's assume that, okay, since we finished school, we've done different things. Some of us have even entered academia. Some of us have even done some tech. Some of us have continued different things. And we are saying, okay, let's get into tech. Ezra is saying that tech is for everybody. How do we get into tech? First things first, you need to start, I think it's osmosis, region of higher concentration to regions of lower concentration, right? You need to start by asking yourself, what do I enjoy doing the most? Okay? Because see, I know all these things I've said about tech, but the truth is that tech is difficult. Okay? Tech is what is difficult. And it's not difficult because it's hard. It's difficult because you need perseverance to keep pushing, to keep doing, to keep wanting for more, and to keep ensuring that you are consistent. You can't do this if you don't like what you're doing, right? If I don't like what I'm doing, I will not do it because it is stressful. I just came in from Port Harcourt this morning. Like I just got into Enugu like an hour ago from Port Harcourt, where there was the Port Harcourt Tech Expo. I'm supposed to travel again next week to Lagos for the African Technology Expo. One thing after the other. If I didn't enjoy what I was doing, dead on arrival. So in entering tech, don't just ask yourself which one is going to give us the most money, because guys, there's money in every aspect of tech. Literally every aspect of tech, you're able to earn from it. The distinctive factor is your ability to do that well. So first things first, right? If there's nothing we take out of this, let's take out this first step. Know what you like. Ask yourself, what do I enjoy doing most? What do I enjoy doing the best? Now, after you've discovered what you like, right? After you decide what you like, it could be that, oh, I like painting. It could be that I like drawing. It could be that I like arguing. It could be that I like dragging people on Twitter. Whatever it is that you decide on as what you like, there's a commonality, all right? So first of all, find your entry point by asking yourself, what do I enjoy doing the most? Second, learn just enough to start. Because see, it's not enough to just say, I like this thing. You might like it and your brain doesn't like it. All right. You might like it and you don't have enough time to do it and to do it very well. Right. So I'll always ask, learn just enough. Learn just enough. All right. So if you know what you like, you understand what you like, just learn enough to start. You know how you during Hamatan you want to shower, you put your hand just to see how cold it is first before you now get into it, right? So the second thing is learn just enough. You just need to know the minimum viable knowledge, let's call it MVK, the minimum viable knowledge necessary. So you can know, do I like this enough to pay for it? Do I like this enough to continue with it? Do I like this enough to persevere? And if the answer to any of this is no, pivot. Because we've already established that it's never too late for us to get into tech. So if you try to do this one and it's not entering, you're not liking it, pivot and do something else. It's that straightforward. Because I want us to think about life like this. Once you fail, you're not afraid again. Once you feel this did not work, you're not afraid again. It has freed you because you're not afraid. What if I fail? You failed already. So in tech, I want us to always think of fail and fail fast. One of our friends here, we were in school together. When he started his career in tech, he got this job as a technical support. They were going to pay him a lot. That time it was like 2020. So imagine getting 150K that time. That was decent money, right? But there was a Nadi. How high can he go in that, right? How high? So if he starts it, he does the best. Where is promotion going to come? This guy decided, all right, this is not what I like, right? I've started and it's not doing. Let me pivot to something else I like. He pivoted to something he liked. And remember, the other job where they're supposed to pay him 150K. And this one he pivoted to, what they offered him to start with was 20,000 naira. Really, 20,000 naira. But remember the first thing, do you like this? All right. Learn just enough to start. Okay. So he got into the one that he likes better, collected his 20K every month. And then, like in 7 months' time, when he finished that one, the first job he got was 400,000 naira. First job. Immediately he finished that one because he was able to see that that first one, it doesn't really make sense for him. Fail that one, fail it fast, and pivot immediately. So you do enough to start and you start. Number 3, build stuff. The best form of learning, the best form of understanding is via tutelage, right? You have to learn, but you cannot learn if you're not doing. Okay, so you have to do stuff, you have to build stuff. Think of any career that you would have done, think of anything you'd have started. If you don't practice, you can't get better. One of my favorite books is The Outlier, where they say you need to put 10,000 hours into something to achieve mastery. In tech, it's the same thing. If you're going to write, keep writing. If you're going to write, keep writing. Okay? As you're writing that stuff, write it publicly. If you're going to write code, write that code, do it publicly. If you're going to design stuff, look at our school website, redesign the website. Look at do something different, but do it publicly. That practice is now the experience you need to now do stuff. Now, after this, I also want us to know something. We cannot underestimate the value of soft skills. Okay? There's no way I want to, like, no matter how good you are, no matter how good you've become, if you don't have soft skills, you're gone. All right? If you don't have soft skills, it's as good as dead. So while you've found your entry point, while you know just enough that you need to know, and you now started building stuff, cultivate your soft skills. All right? Are you able to sell yourself? If you go to a tech event and they say, oh, what do you do? Are you able to, in 30 seconds, crystallize what you do, put a value proposition, and have a call to action at the end? If you're not able to do that, then you need to work on that. Soft skills, are you able to work with a team? If they're frustrating you, how do you express such angst? How do you express said frustration if that's what is happening at work? How creative are you? How are you able to collaborate with different members of the team? How are you able to do that, and how are you able to do that well? So your soft skills, you have to cultivate them. Because trust me, a lot of these jobs I've gotten has just been, there's the technical side, but the interview side as well, where I'm able to sell myself, talk about what I'm supposed to talk, and do it very well. So guys, soft skills. In tech, that's what is going to make you different from the rest. Because a lot of us in tech, we don't have these soft skills. A lot of us in tech do not have balanced lives, all right? So always have that soft skill. That is your sustainable competitive advantage, because your technical ability, other people are going to have it. Your projects you're building, other people are going to build too. But if you have soft skills, like Big Rich has said, is going to set you apart. Soft skills will always set you apart. Finally, join communities. All right? Join communities. Go to tech events. Right? Networking is a key thing in tech. If not, nobody's going to know you. Nobody's going to see you. And remember, tech is what? Solving a problem. So the moment you have a problem you're solving, you're always going to be networkable. You're always going to be able to talk to other people. You're always able to do stuff with other people. So go for events. Join communities. Go to Google, say anything you're learning. Type community for baking, community for sewing, community for programming, community for design. Whatever it is, find a community. The communities are going to help you. give you resources you can read, give you stuff you can learn, give you stuff that you know about, and eventually help you to even get roles. And guess what? Everything I've listed so far in tech is free. Every single thing. Find your entry point. Google. Learn just enough to start. YouTube. YouTube is the biggest and the freest university in the world. YouTube, if you type anything you want to learn, go to YouTube and type the name of that thing for dummies. If you want to learn sewing, sewing for dummies. Me, I'm a horrible chef. Well, calling me a chef is even an insult to all the chefs alive. I am horrible with cooking, right? But once in a while, I enter the kitchen and whip up some Indomie. You understand? And it's amazing. It turns out amazing. And it's not by my power, it's not by my strength. It's by YouTube. All right. I go to YouTube, I go to T Spice Kitchen and see how do you cook vegetable noodles, right? And I see the steps and I cook the vegetable noodles and it's mad, right? This is just for cooking. For somebody like me that can burn cold water, like if you give me water to boil, I can burn it, right? But I'm able to cook food that's amazing. Why? YouTube. Now think about that and think about this with tech as well. So go to YouTube and get stuff. Post your work free. Go for events. All these tech events are free. All these communities are free. If you do all of this, right, you're able to know stuff. Because see, guys, with tech, you don't really need to be an expert. Okay? You don't really need to be an expert yet. You need to be curious, you need to be open, and most importantly, you need to be what? Consistent. Consistency is the thing that pays. Look around you. Look around, like, think of people that started stuff earlier when we were still in school, maybe doing makeup, sewing clothes, and think about how far they've gone now, right? Because they were consistent. And we see their businesses big and booming. And we're not shocked. We're not surprised because remember when, in the hostel, these people were doing makeup and doing stuff back in the day, and they've continually done that. Consistency. So consistency would always pay if you're going to do anything in tech. Where can tech take you? Tech can take you everywhere and anywhere. Tech has taken me to places that by right I should never have been to, right? All because I was able to do tech for free. All right. So tech will give you remote jobs. Tech will give you gigs that you can do. You can do tech with startups. You can do with NGOs. You can even do with government organizations because government organizations don't know stuff. So a lot of us that have brothers and sisters that are politicians and are always saying, "Give me a handout." Imagine that you now say, "I want to do a training for your constituents, a tech training for your constituents. This is what I'm going to." Immediately, they're already seeing the positive in that. And you can build them whatever and do the job. But at the end of the day, you were able to solve a problem. Because remember what we said when we started? Tech is all about what? Solving problems. Tech is about solving problems. If you're still with us, please just drop any emoji in the chat. I think I can still see the chat. If you're still here, drop any emojis, fire, while, we take a sip to cool down. But yes, if you're still here, I see good there. Just drop any emoji at all in the comment section. Yeah, Chuka. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, as I was saying, you just have to start in tech. Tech can take you everywhere. Tech can take you anywhere. But you have to do what? Start and be what? Consistent. Now, the other thing I also want to say, and it's very important, is you don't have to quit your life. All right. Let's not conflate starting a new career with something else. You don't have to quit your life. Tech can actually happen in tandem with what you're doing. And whatever it is that you're learning in tech, guys, choose a passion project. What are you passionate about? What do you enjoy? Like, apart from obviously drinking alcohol, what do you enjoy doing the most? What are you very, very passionate about? Okay. That thing you're passionate about, anything you're learning, find a way to implement that. So I'm passionate um about playing snooker. If I'm learning programming, why not program a little snooker board that I can use, to test what I'm doing? That way you understand what you're building because you're already passionate about it and you're now applying this to it immediately. So guys, you don't have to quit your life in tech at all, right? So learning tech, you're not learning tech. I don't want to be a programmer. You're not learning tech to be a designer. You're learning tech to complement what you're doing. Because remember what we said, everybody, there is a place for you in tech. But that does not mean, oh, I studied law, I studied medicine. So do you want me to go and start writing code? No, no, no. You don't have to quit your life. Add tech to your work. You're a tailor, right? You go to take measurements, you carry your book, and you're writing armpits, shoulder, everything. Once you now do tech, get an application. Get an application that you can come in and say, okay, I'm going to now, instead of doing this like this, write things here. You understand? Write things instead. Use an app to take the measurements. Use an app to snap a picture and then it tells you what style fits them. Use AI to see, okay, this cloth I want to sew for you. I'll use this AI tool so that it will wear it on your outfit and then you see how it looks before you pay for it. Do you see? So that is tech. Because what have you done? You've solved a problem that your customers had. And now you're not able to build the 1 million naira because they're coming to you and they're saying, oh, this person is using AI. And then the thing about tech is that there are so many things we can do with tech that makes everything we're doing different. As a tailor, if you bring AI into your tech thingy, into your work as a tailor, you can apply for grants and tell them you're doing tech-enabled, sustainable tailoring. And these people are going to lap this up and give you money to support that. As you're doing your work, start a side project. Every evening, like we're spending 1 hour here today on a Saturday. The next Saturday, spend that 1 hour, learn something, build something, okay? By the side, teach others. Do you know how you know you understand stuff, right? Either use it during school. Anytime we had exam, Dean would say, oh, let me explain this for you, so that he too would understand it a lot better. So teach people stuff. Teach people stuff, collaborate with other people while you're doing the job that you're doing at that time. And then the final thing I want to say about tech is exaggerate the truth. Okay? Exaggerate the truth. I'm not saying lie. I'm not saying you should lie, right? I'm saying exaggerate the truth. Tech is also about packaging. Tech is about packaging yourself so that people see inherent value in you. And I'll explain what I mean by packaging. It's not enough to be good. It's not enough for you to say, I am the best programmer in the world. I am the best teacher in the world. No, that's not enough. There has to be some aspect of packaging to it where you now come and say, okay, to make this make sense, right? To make this make sense, I need to project this way. How do you package? You exaggerate the truth. Most times you're looking for jobs, they say they want 3 years experience, but you just started. Good day, I see your comments now. Good day, I see your comments. So you just started, right? You literally just started. And then they're saying 3 to 4 years of experience. In fact, since Goodyear say I know they see in comment, let me use Goodyear as example. So Goodyear says he's applying for a tech job and now he wants to get the job. But he just started after this our call and said he wants to get into tech. But Goodyear has been doing some work before, a long time actually. He has done in the fashion industry, he has done in electronics, he has done in a lot of stuff. What does that mean? That means there's an ability for him to reposition that. We wore Wesley hoodies when we were in uni, right? Wesley was Goodyear's product. Some of us even modeled for him, right? Now, at the end of the day, Goodyear can now say that while he was in university, he ran a tech-enabled business as CEO and co-founder or head of strategy. And it's true. It's really, really, really true that at the end of the day, he was able to do that, which is a business. Now, that's 1 year experience. He can even build, let's say he was checking websites. He was doing like a website to sell stuff, right? He was selling this thing on WhatsApp. He can always say that he was able to use tech to drive up sales by 20%. Because at the end of the day, even though he was putting it on WhatsApp and putting it on his status and we're seeing it and buying, that is tech. So when he says he was able to use tech to drive up sales by 30%, it's WhatsApp he used. It was tech. And sales increased by 20% because the people that were buying these things did not even know about this until we saw it on WhatsApp. Hence, tech as an enabler. So now that exaggeration of the truth now shows that he's able to do stuff. But now, Princess, amazing question. the other side of the exaggeration is, have I gone to overpromise and am I now going to underdeliver? Have I overpromised and am I going to do what? Underdeliver. Now, at the end of this thing, you also have to be good. Remember, you have to still be good at what you do, because being good is not enough, right? That's why we say you should do what? Exaggerate the truth. So, Princess, at the end of this exaggeration, you still have to be good. You still have to be able to run a business properly. You still have to be able to make amazing hoodies like Wesley of Lagos did back in the day and are still doing now, so that when push comes to shove, you still deliver. That's the important thing. And then, how do I use tech for my Uber business? That's the interesting thing. First of all, you're using tech already for your Uber business because you use the app to book, right? Use the app to book. People use the app to book trips. That's already one part. But then the other thing is that even just using Truecaller, right? So that somebody calls you and you can already start on a familiar level is one. Two, having something that sends a feedback form, even via WhatsApp. There are automations you can do so that people say, oh, was this an amazing experience? Do you want to use us again? And you now give them the other things that you do as well. So that next time, maybe they want to travel to another state, they will not use Uber. They will call you and they're able to do that stuff with you, because you're able to just send them a post-trip something, telling them, this is what I do. If you need anything, let me know in the future, right? Those tiny, tiny things. I want us to start seeing tech around us. What can I do to make this better, right? And the only way we can see this is if we're able to crystallize the problem. What is the problem I'm trying to solve? All right. What is the problem I'm trying to solve, and how am I going to solve it? It's that simple. So at every point, I'm not just saying, I want to put this. How do I put this? The thing is this: tech is not the solution. No, tech is just an enabler, right? Tech is just what? An enabler. So if there's no problem you're solving, there's no tech. So at the end of the day, we always have to ask ourselves, how am I going to solve this problem? Then you do that problem solving with tech, and you've introduced tech. Tech is for every one of us. Tech is everywhere you look. You look to your left, you look to your right, tech, tech, tech. And if we do not tap into this now, right, we're going to be left behind. So the important thing to know is that the time now, today's date is the 6th, the 7th. Today is the 7th of June, right? If we start tech now, in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time, we're going to be able to look back and see that we've been able to do so much in this period. But understand that if you don't start tech now, start tomorrow. If you don't start tomorrow, start next week. If you don't start next week, start next year. But guys, start. And then look internally. Remember when I say join communities? Guys, you're in the greatest community of all. Alex Ekweme Aefunai Alumni Community. We have people around the world. Like, there's nobody that has reached out to me and said, oh, I need to understand tech. And I said, call me later, call my secretary, call my... No, there's nobody that has reached out to Dean and say, boss, put me on, I want... And he said, Ogama would even come out to come and drink with us, even though you don't want to drink. You understand? Because at the end of the day, we are one big family. So start internally, text Bossuhzi, text the next person, go to the group, say, I want to learn tech, who is there to help me? Text me. I've had the same number since uni till now. All right. Reach out to any of these people. I want to get jobs. How can you help me do this? I want to learn this. Where can you learn this? Everywhere we are together. All right. Everywhere we are what? Together. So understand this. Tech is not just a club. It's not an exclusive club that you need permission to enter. Tech is a movement. It's a moving train. All right. And there's a seat there with everybody's name there. There's a seat there with everybody's name. You have to start. All right. You have to start. You have to start. And see, I'm not here to say, oh, get into tech. I'm here to remind you that whatever you're doing, right, it's enough. You're enough. There are aspects you can put there, there are layers you can put there, and then you can do that and you do it very well. So do not limit yourself. Do not hold yourself back. Do not ask yourself, do not doubt yourself, because at the end of the day, the same way I was able to find tech and I've used tech is the same way you can do tech and use tech. And then the most important thing is the same way that you can train more people to do tech. Because see, I'm not just asking us to do tech. The work doesn't just stop with you. The work is only starting. All right. I want us to do tech and get more people into tech. You know how they do MMM? You bring two other people. That's how I want it. I was spoken to you today. You start tech in 6 months' time. Get somebody else. All right. And say this is what we're supposed to do. Where can we download this video? This video is streamed currently, so it's going to be there on YouTube as well. So we can always reference it. At the end of the day, if you ever need anything, if you need a nudge, if you need a guidance, if you need to just chat, I am always available. Send me a message, WhatsApp, my email. I would also put it as a comment on this video, my email, my phone number, on social media, anywhere at all, right? Reach out, don't be strangers, okay? Because at the end of the day, the important thing is that we're all growing together, we're all learning together, and we're going to do this and we're going to do it properly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Bossuhzi. Thank you, everybody, for coming here. And thank you so much, Aefunai. Let's continue to be great and let's not lose this family, this community that we formed. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Ezra. I mean, if it was a physical event, I would literally be clapping now, but I'm going to clap for you because I mean, I got so much value, I got so much new knowledge, I got so much information, and I am pretty sure that everyone who listened to you here today got something really, really helpful. So before we get on, please guys, can we just show our appreciation to Ezra? Just celebrate him, let him know that you've been able to learn one or two things. Please send in your emoji, say thank you on the chat, say just say something good. Thank you so much. Yes, from Chuku David. Chuku David says, thank you so much, boss. Indeed, it was really a very good one, I must confess. Yes, and somebody comes to the group chats or to the comment section, and the person is saying, where can I download this video? I just joined this call and I find it really valuable. Indeed, it was very, very valuable. Princess says, thank you, Ezra. Of course, thank you. Thank you so much, Ezra. Thank you so much. Okay, so if there is one key point I took away from what you've said so far, is the fact that tech is a moving train and that there is a seat for everyone. So, guys, I want us to keep this in mind that tech is a moving train. So, regardless of your field, regardless of your profession, regardless of your discipline, there is a space for you, there is a seat for you. I mean, there is a seat with your name that is literally waiting for you to come and occupy it. So at this juncture, I'm going to be taking questions. So if there is any question you have at the moment for Ezra, please drop it on the comment section. I'm going to simply read out the question and we would go ahead from there. Okay, questions.
I think there's one question. Shia who know be tech, not tech too, from
Oh,
Chuka.
I see. Okay. So do
Okay.
you think it's Yahoo Tech?
Yes, yes. So I think for us to understand this question, we have to go back to the foundationals, right? What is tech? Tech is solving a problem, right? It's solving a problem. So if you're solving a problem at the end of the day, that's tech, right? If you're not solving a problem, it's not tech, right? So tech on its own is not neither good nor bad, all right? Tech on its own
Mhm,
is neither, oh, there's good tech, there's bad tech. Tech is a tool. So at the end of the day, because it's a tool, right? You can make it bad, you can make it good. On its own, it's an enabler. So whether it's Yahoo, whether it's offering application in the church, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, tech is an enabler. Whichever way you do that, you do that properly. Yeah. Okay. I think Cyril has a
okay.
question. Okay, but you want to read
Yes.
the questions and then I answer? Does that work?
No, so go ahead. Do you want me to? Do you want me to? Okay,
Yes.
Cyril is asking that you have an academy for training people in tech.
Yes, yes, yes. Because the Genesys Foundation that I run is a non-profit, so almost all the programs we have are for free. Almost every
Oh,
program we have. So, and we have different programs. We have upskill currently just started. If you send me your emails, I think you can reach out to Bossuhzi, to Abacha. Anyhow, just send me the emails. We can add you now. Currently, it just started like 2 weeks ago. That one is for basics, like anybody that has not done tech at all, right? That one and that one in the evenings so that it does not affect your work. Because remember, we said that you can do tech while you're still doing this, and it's completely virtual. So anywhere you are, provided you have like proper internet and a computer, you can join the upskill program and do that one for free. So whichever emails I get, you can reach out to Bossuhzi. His number is on the screen. Once he sends his emails, I'll onboard you there. They are free. There are different ones that are a little bit more advanced, right? But those ones come later. So, but this one is for anybody at all. Start. Remember, be very patient with yourself. So if it makes sense, sure. If it doesn't make sense, choose the next one to do. Okay?
okay. So there is another question here, and it says, "How can I exploit AI to make money?
Yes,
How
yes.
can I exploit AI to make money?"
I just also want to say that, guys, it is important. It is enough to even say I'm in tech because I want to make money. Like it's a good enough reason to say that. Why did you join tech? Oh, I'm passionate about saving lives. Bullshit. If it that you want to just make money, right? It's fine.
Mhm.
AI as a tool, right, is an enabler. So using AI, you can use ChatGPT first of all. Say, okay, how can I do this? What are the best ideas for this? And list out all the ideas you can use to make money, right? And then based on these ideas you use to make money, you can now do a GPT tool. Like so, ChatGPT has tools called GPTs that can automate stuff. I can now use that automation and now start using it for different things. You can even use ChatGPT to build a website. It's called vibe coding. Build a full website and launch that one immediately, right? So, but the key thing is this, Boss Uzi, what problem are you solving? Whatever problem you're solving, then you can now use AI to make that problem easier and charge people for it. It could be writing, right? It could be teaching. It could be whatever it is that you're doing. AI comes after you've gotten the idea on how to solve that, not before. So AI is not going to tell you this is the solution. It's still trying to think like human beings. It's going to tell you this solution you have, this is how you're going to do this to make money from it. So at the end of the day, we have AI tools, but still it does not eliminate our ability to think, our ability to plan so that it can now work perfectly.
Okay, thank you very much once again, Ezra. So for those of you who are asking how you can join the Genesis Foundation, would I say link, please reach out to Boss Uzi. Boss Uzi's number is on the screen, and his number is also available on the group chat. So you can always reach out to Boss Uzi and just say, "Oh, Boss Uzi, I'm interested in joining the Genesis Foundation," and you just need to just drop your email address, and then he will get you connected to Ezra. Thank you for addressing the question on how we can utilize AI. But there is another question. I think this one is a bit more specific. So Charles is asking, and he says, what AI tools are valuable for business and sales? Yeah, because I understand there are a lot of tools when it comes to education. And so even in business, so what are the specific AI tools you would say are valuable for business and sales?
Yeah, great question, Amita. First one is ChatGPT. The first one is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to be your help. You use it for all the emails that you have to draft, the templates you need to respond, to even ideate. You understand? You can tell ChatGPT, this is what I'm trying to do. How do I do this, etc., etc. You can use that one because see, with AI business, what we're thinking about is how do I make this process easier? How do I make this process a lot more seamless? All right. How do I make this process make more sense? So first of all, ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT. You want to do social media campaigns. You want to sell, you know, the product you have. Use ChatGPT for those ideas first of all. Then Zoho CRM, I won't say Zoho CRM, but I will link more towards Zapier. So Zapier or Zoho is something you use for lead generation and lead management. Because see, you remember at the end of the day, guys, tech is an enabler. So there still has to be that thing you're trying to do. So with things like Zapier or Zoho CRM, you're able to automate your leads so that all the people that you're sending emails to come and patronize our gas plant, come and do this one, come and do that one. You're tracking them. You're tracking their responses. You're tracking if they've opened these emails. You're tracking if they've responded, etc., etc. Apollo AI, I use Apollo.io. You can even use that one to find jobs, but you can also use it as businesses for lead generation. Sometimes you're trying to sell stuff to tech firms, to oil and gas, but you don't know how to reach out to them. You don't know their emails. You can find their emails on Apollo.io or Lusha. You search for these things, you're able to find them properly. What other thing am I missing? Copy.ai. A lot of these things just help us in how it does. And there's also designs.ai or Looker. Use it for all the designs you need, social media applications that you're trying to push out, things that you're trying to design, things that you're trying to make. You can use that one for that. At the end of the day, you have these tools to automate certain processes like design, processes like lead generation and lead tracking, and then you can now focus more on the business you're supposed to do. And then think about AI too. There are certain things you can do to make it more fun. You understand? Make it easier, make it more fun, etc., etc. You're able to do that, and it's going to make sense. So think of it like this: it's a balancing act, right? But ChatGPT, if you didn't hear anything, ChatGPT as a starting point, Zapier for your lead generations, Apollo.io to find emails that you want to reach out to, designs.ai to design social media campaigns, flyers, even websites. At the end of the day, you put all of these things together, and that's the value proposition for AI. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, certainly it does. Thank you. So I think this is the last question we have, and someone is asking, could you highlight on what is needed to become an AI agent?
Okay, so hmm, so I think there's like a little bit of a what's the word? Like, so there are AI agents in the sense of agentic AI. Basically, agentic AI are tools that developers can use to crawl through, for instance, to crawl through websites so that these tasks are consistently being done. So those are AI agents. Those are the stuff you can build. You need to be a programmer to be able to build that. But I think the perspective here is from AI agents in the sense that you're using AI as a tool. And really start with ChatGPT, right? Make ChatGPT your friend. Ask ChatGPT questions in terms of continuations, in terms of steps, in terms of processes. Say, ChatGPT, I want to be an AI tool pro in the next 6 months. All right. Draft a step-by-step plan with timelines on what to follow and how I can follow this so that I can become this in 6 months and then follow it religiously. All right. Start from that point. If you need to learn a tech tool, learn that tool. If you learn a tech skill, learn that skill. But at the end of the day, let it be based on what is suggested at the end of the day. And then there are also tools that helps you do like, no code AI agents. And that one, you just need some sort of prompt engineering. There's a white paper that Google has released. If you type Google white paper on prompt engineering or Google AI prompt engineering, you see how to give prompts. Because trust me, we can even have a whole 1 hour conversation about how we're using ChatGPT and how we're not using it well. So even based on that, you can even see that there's a way to ask questions to ChatGPT so that the answer it gives you is an answer that makes more sense than every other thing else. So it's a balancing act, right? That you need to do that. But ChatGPT step-by-step guide is going to be there to help you at the end of the day.
Thank you once again, Ezra. Thank you so much. It's been a very, very insightful session so far. So I'm going to wrap up with one question, and that question is going to be coming from my end, and I just want to relate it to something that I have seen most people do so far. So it is not new that over the years we've often seen people carrying cameras this day, and everyone is setting up camera and they're saying,
oh, I am a content creator. So I'm just going to be asking, is content creation, or would I say the literal conception of what we think content creation is that also an aspect of tech, or is there a different thing we should be looking out for?
Great question. Great question. Great question. But I see that you don't like content creators, but now you're a content creator because this content is going to be on Google anytime everybody comes. But yes,
Yeah.
you carry your phone, you set your you do all these things, you post it, people watch it. You know, you're using a tech tool, your phone for that. You're using a tech
Mhm.
medium for that as well. So that also qualifies you as a content person. And the fair is that you can even do content around tech. You understand? You can even do content around tech. And so they now even say you're a tech content creator. But the key thing is this: are you using, for instance, you use AI to give you ideas on content to do. You tell ChatGPT, what are the most interesting content I can do to capture attention? Is that
Mhm.
not, you tell ChatGPT, how can I make this video more interesting? Do I set this background like this or like that? Tech. So even the content creator creation and as on its own is kind of nice, we can also add some tech aspects to it. Use all these AI tools to do the editing of the video better. You understand? Use these ones to do your script writing. And at the end of the day, because you're using AI to do this, it is tech. And remember, if you're able to put any aspect of tech into anything you're doing, you can bubble people. You can bubble all the white people that are giving us money and collect plenty money and do all these things because you're doing AI infused tech, and it was just ChatGPT that you did. Thank you.
Wow, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Thank you so much, Ezra. Thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are drawing to an end to this program, but I am not going to end this program without a little bit of excitement or exciting offer for you all. So there is going to be a giveaway at the end of the session. So I'm just going to request that you stick with us until the very end. I think from my end, there is no other question. And also from the chat session, there is no question. And I just want to say a very big thank you to you, Ezra. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all of the information you've shared. I personally learned a lot, and I want to believe, of course, I know everyone who joined this call is going to believe in this call with something valuable. Thank you so much, Ezra.
Thank you so much, Ebube. Thank you so much for having me. This was great. You've been great. And I look forward to tomorrow's hangouts. Hopefully, Abacha doesn't give everybody beer like they gave me the time. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, great. Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say a very big thank you to Ezra. So far during the call, one thing I would say he has done so far was that he was able to break the myth about technology. So he's asking us, don't limit yourself. So he talked about the myths, and just beyond talking about the myths, he was able to share with us how we can get into tech, and he also mentioned a lot of helpful information. And then finally, he talked about the way forward. So that was really, really helpful. I see on the background that there are showcasing some of the brands of our alumni. I see Wesley Clothing, if I'm or Wesley brand, if I'm right. Yes. So Wesley is a part of the alumni, and he's into everything clothing and fashion. And so if you're looking for any clothing and fashion brand, you want to do well to patronize Wesley. Wesley is your go-to guy. And then there is Daza Voiceover. Daza Voiceover is run by the amazing David Atta. So if you're thinking anything voiceover, you want any voiceover premium services for your business, remember, we are talking about tech. So incorporating voiceover into your business is one aspect of tech. So if you're thinking anything voiceover, or you're looking for a way to incorporate voiceover services into anything you want to do, we've got the best offer for you. Please do well to patronize Daza Voiceover. So yes, they are one of the brands here, and they are one of our alumni. And then we also have Little Miss HR. I think HR will be related to something about human resource and all that you have. Thank you. She's also an alumni. And I also see another one. Um, Rogo Gas and Service. I think this is owned by Abacha. Yes. So if you're thinking about gas, if you're thinking everything about gas and its services, oil and gas business, indeed, Bonda number, Onyabulo number, so please think about Charles Abacha. He's the owner of this brand. Please do well to patronize them. They are affordable and they are very reliable. Of course, there is KTG. KTG, I think he's also into clothing. So please, there are a lot of varieties that are open up for you. So do well to patronize KTG also. I saw one about something fruity and oh, there is also Wisdom Home of Light. Could you please take it a bit back towards? Okay, so let me go on with Wisdom Home of Lighting. So anything electronic, any kind of electronic materials and general goods, wholesale and retail, Wisdom Home of Lightings is your own go-to. And of course, it is also owned by another of our alumni. I think I saw one about Fruity. Okay, yes, Fruity Boat. So if you want to boost your family's health naturally, um, Fruity Volt is your go-to offer, staying healthy and, getting it from hot juices down to parfait and, all that you want. We've got everything right here in the Lagos chapter of the Aefunai Alumni Association. So please, these are all brands that are run by alumni or different alumni. So please do well to patronize them if you're within Lagos, outside Lagos, and everywhere. So do well to patronize them. Right about now, I'm gonna be getting on to the giveaway section. Who is excited? If you're excited, please drop a comment on the section. I need to see your comments so I know there are people who are actually ready for this giveaway. If I don't see anybody, I'm just going to go away with the recharge card. I mean, we've spent data trying to listen to everything that has been said here. So if you're excited for it, okay, good. I see someone is excited. Oh, nice. Oh, beautiful. Oh, excellent. Okay, so here is how this is going to be This is going to be done because we do not have recharge cards pin readily available. I'm just going to ask a question. Probably, yeah, I agree with you. YouTube certainly needs to add stickers features because to share our excitement and all of that. I see Fenyua Eukarya on board. Yeah, everyone is excited. It's giveaway time. So here is what I'm going to be doing. We are going to be moving some of the giveaways to the group chat, but a majority of them would be done here, and that's just because of the limitation of YouTube. But here is how it's going to be doing. I'm going to be asking a quick question based on what has been said tonight, and I'm going to be anybody that gets it first is going to be the winner. So yeah, so when Ezra was speaking, when our guest speaker was speaking, he talked about some of the common myths, or he tried to debunk or break some of the common myths we have with respect to tech. So I'm just going to ask, can you mention just two of these myths that most people have that sometimes limits them when it comes to, incorporating or utilizing tech? Just two of these common myths. Please do well to drop your answers on the on the chat box, and I'm going to be reading out the first answer. If you are the first person, I'll ask you to just go ahead and message Bossuhzi for your giveaway. Okay. So the first question is, can you mention two common myths that has to do with that's oftentimes limits us when it comes to tech? Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Someone says, yes, I see an answer from Bless Onyi Ruby Brown. And she says, one is, I didn't study computer science. And two, I am too old to switch to tech. Communication and networking. Was that a part of the myth? No, I think the first myth was I didn't study computer science, yes. And two, I am too old to switch to tech. Congratulations, Bless Onyi Ruby Brown. You are our first giveaway winner for tonight. Please do well to reach out to Bossuhzi on the comment section or in the group chat with your preferred network, and yes, you'll be getting your giveaway. It's gonna be a recharge card just to say thank you for listening attentively. So I would be asking the next question. So the next question is he was talking about how we can get into tech. How we can get into tech. So what are some of the ways or some of the things he mentioned? I mean, he talked about a lot of things. I just need you to mention just two of the things that you need to do in order to get into tech. So what are some of the things you need to do? I know he mentioned quite a lot. So just mention two. Just two. Who is on the comment section? How do you get into tech? I mean, he spoke about a lot of things. So can we just hear two two of those requirements or two of those ways of through which you can get into tech? Okay. I'm waiting to see. Oh yeah, David says, yes, you are not too old to start, and you do not need to study computer science to start. Okay, I think the perfect actor is this from Igwe Ifeanyiwa Eukarya. Know what you like and know just enough. Yes. So David, I think you did give us a good start on that question, but the answer to that question is actually shown on stage and it's given by Igwe Ifeanyiwa Eukarya. Yes. So our speaker mentioned that the very first thing you want to do is to find what you know what you like. So finding your passion, finding an entry point for you, and then knowing just enough. Knowing just enough. So congratulations if you are Eukarya. Please do well to reach out to Boss Uzi for with your preferred network and he would send that to you. So thank you everyone for your contribution so far. So just as a way to wrap up what has been said so far, our speaker was able to tell us that tech is a moving train with a reserved seat for everybody. So you should not limit yourself. Don't even think about limit yourself. Break away from the myth. Stop thinking that, oh, I am too old to join tech. Nobody is too old. Even when you do not have a background in computer science is not tech. Remember, he said tech is for everyone, and tech just simply means you identifying a problem and solving it innovatively. And if you are thinking about getting into tech, he said the first thing you want to do is know your passion. So you have to know what you like. Please um die that idea, or would I say kill that idea that you keep thinking about the fact that, oh, I'm basically getting tech into tech for the sake of making money. Tech is not a get rich quick scheme. Tech is not a get rich quick scheme. I beg your pardon. So you have to be very passionate about what you are doing, and then you want to learn just enough, and try every aspect. And if you feel you are not getting a sense of passion in one aspect, he has also told us that we should feel free to pivot, switch, build stuff and get into action. And you can also run your tech business with everything that you have simultaneously. And that is where he wrapped it off. So I want to say a very big thank you to everyone for joining in. I'll be bringing up Boss Uzi back on. Okay. So I will want to. Tech is not Ponzi, of course. Tech is not Ponzi, Bikono. And the MMM, in the I think there was one that was recently I can't remember the name, but there is this recent one that just recently came on board. So please, tech is not Ponzi. Tech is not Ponzi, Bikono. So please, tech is not Ponzi. There is a way to incorporate tech into all that you do, but tech is not Ponzi. And all of that. Oh, Chuku David, join communities and discover what you like. I see you are still having some comments. I see you're still dropping your comment. Oh yes, CBEX. Thank you so much, Charles. Yes, that is it. There's this recent one. So cheap CBEX. So please don't fall for all of this get rich quick scheme or Ponzi scheme. That is not tech. If you are thinking about tech, our speaker has told you about all you have to do. So I see Boss Uzi is already on board here. Boss Uzi, I'm going to be handing it over to you. But before I do that, I just want to say a very big thank you to everyone who has stayed true until the end of this event. It's been about an hour and 21 minutes having this insightful conversation. And I must say, it's been really, really informative, insightful. And I just want to plead that this virtual hangout isn't ending today. It's not ending today. The other kata of the event is tomorrow at the Lekki Conservative Center, and I hope that I will be able to see every one of you. I'll be following in virtually, but it will be exciting to release videos and memories and connect with so many faces. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. It was a pleasure hosting this virtual hangout. And my name is Ebubechi. Iwuh, thank you so much and have a good night, Trace. Over to you, Bossuhzi.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let us hit the love. I mean, let us hit the love emoji, the clap emoji for our beautiful moderator here. Thank you so much, Ebube. You did so noble here. We appreciate you. Please let us give her a virtual hand clap. Thank you so much. Wow, it's been an awesome time together, and this is the best community I can ever think of. This is just the best community, and that is why I have used my platform to actually stream this. I'm so excited about this community. Let me see if we can play a little video. The video I wanted to show you initially. Let me see if it will play. So if it doesn't play, then we just maybe they don't just want us to like listen to it. So let me see if it will play. All right. So is it playing? So I just wanted to play this video for us. Play this video for us. Okay. Play this video for us. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is community. This is what community is all about. Community is all about dining together, whining together. This is all about community. And if you're not part of tomorrow's hangout, then you're going to miss a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, see how everyone is happy, everyone is having fun. This was our last get together, this was our last hangout, and it was awesome. You see, you can just find your favorites. You can see Stan, see Agida, see Michael, see Eze, and see the Eze is there. And this is just beautiful people. Please hit the comment section if you see yourself. It was beautiful. Ozil over there, Mr. Charles, and every other person doing their thing. And this is Bossuhzi. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just what I wanted to show you guys. And I just wanted you to. So beautiful. So, thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. And on this note, I'd like to invite every one of you to tomorrow's Hangout. Tomorrow's Hangout is going to be an awesome one. Please and please, if you are, I want to give a last one last giveaway. Okay, these people don't need giveaways, but if you're streaming, you're not in Lagos and you're streaming currently, just put your location in the comment section. I'm going to pick one person because it's not easy to stream outside Lagos. So if you're streaming outside Lagos, put your if you're streaming outside Lagos, just put your where you're streaming from, and because it's not easy, you're not part of Lagos community. Hey, our guest is streaming from Enugu. Beautiful. So with that being said, it's an awesome time. I want to thank the host, I mean the organizers, the back end, everyone is doing well. So God bless you. Oh, somebody said I'm streaming from Australia. Oh, USA. Ah, see OGs here. Anyway, if you're watching the replay, don't forget to like give it a thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 9:30 already in Nigeria, and at this point, you're just going to say goodbye. So, no final words from everyone. No final words. All the final words will be done in the group. So, with that being said, we thank you, God, for this amazing session. We give you all the praises. We give you all the honor. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. Amen and amen. With that being said, good night, everyone, and see you tomorrow.